wanted to tell a little bit about the belly dance event at Trim Tab that we went to in Birmingham. I was going to do this video anyway to just like give you all a backstory about it, but now I want to do even more because they blocked the song in the video of my damn performance. So now I don't like that, and I want to tell the story now even more because you can't hear the song. It's Gamal Goma, but anyway. So those of you who do dance, you'll be familiar with it when you hear it. And the dance style that I do is Egyptian Saidi. So that's the only thing I do. And I've always done that. And I've danced off and on for 20 years now. I started when I was 21 years. I started when I was 16. And that was because I I moved away from I had been living in Pennsylvania and I had a best friend up there and I moved away, and she called me to tell me that she had forgotten that I'd moved, and there was belly dance classes in the newspaper, and she saw it. She saw the ad, and she called me to ask me if I wanted to do the classes with her. And then as soon as I answered the phone, she remembered that I had moved away, and she told me the story anyway, that she was wishing she could do those classes with me. And I was 16, and I thought about it. After I hung up the phone with her, I thought about it, and I thought, belly dance, that's interesting. I had been exposed to other things like that, and my father had been in and out of the Middle East 100 times, so I was aware of it and aware of a lot of things. And I thought that's interesting. She wanted to take that class with me. Why don't I do that? And I got YouTube was not there at that time. This is before that. So I got online and I looked. I did research. I read blogs. I read a lot of blogs from belly dancers to see like what the life was like, and I learned about different dance styles. And I printed out pages and pages of stuff to, and I would go in my room, read it, and then try it and stand up and try it. And I would read about the history of it, and I read about the different styles and the costumes and folk dress and things like that. Um, and anyway, so I did that and I studied that a lot. And I got the costumes and made costumes. And I had a really good time with that. And I come to find out, I was fairly good at it. I'm somewhat athletically inclined. It's in my genetics, but I'm not a runner, or I don't go to the gym and stuff like that. I don't do that. My workouts are artistic. I'd rather do dance than anything else. And I do some Pilates. I've gotten back into Pilates here lately. I feel great about that. The Pilates feels good. I need it. And yoga, of course, I've always done as well. It started at the same time as the belly dance, actually, when I was a teenager. So, but so I a couple months ago, I got to thinking to myself. I thought, I miss dancing at events because I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't danced in public in forever, and I got online and I thought I'm gonna find something to just dance at just because I feel like it. I just feel like it, and I felt like it was time. So I got online and I found a Facebook group of something, an event that was coming up in Birmingham, and I found the lady that ran the group, and I said, sorry, I sent her a message, and I said, hey, I know I'm kind of coming out of nowhere, y'all don't know me, but can I join your thing and do the dance with y'all on whatever it was, November 16th? And she was like, yeah, come on down. She was real welcoming and nice and very friendly and wonderful. Very nice. So I talked to her for a little bit and she just welcomed me into the group. I dropped out of the sky. I came from nowhere, and she saw me um, and just, accepted me into the group and um, into the event. So I gave her my information, and she asked me what style I did and what the song was going to be and stuff like that. So I sent her the MP3 for that, and time went by, and I thought, well, I may as well, choreograph the song. So I did that. I worked on that a little bit, and I thought I had it down. Well, I did, but once it came time to do the event, and I got there, I uh, I just improvised. I kind of improvised. I sort of knew what I was going to do, but like a lot of it was just improvising. I didn't do things in the order I was going to do them in originally. I was really just kind of winging it when I got up there because I haven't danced in public in a public setting in a long, long time. Um, and that was just, I was just kind of getting out there and doing it. I didn't rehearse as much as I should have. Whatever. I got out there and really was like, well, we're gonna see how this goes. Just so. But it seems like I did fairly well. I didn't make this costume. I did buy this. I forgot where I got it. I've had this a long time. I don't know where it came from. But I've had this forever. I mean, I like the sleeves on it though. I like the sleeves. So I didn't tell my son. I told him I was taking him somewhere on the 16th. That was a Saturday. I told him I was taking him somewhere, but uh, I didn't tell him where because it was a surprise. And the event itself was a surprise, but the bigger surprise was that I was going to be in it. So I definitely didn't tell him. I didn't really broadcast it a whole lot. So we got in the car, went down there. We got in there, got him a place to sit where he could see, and I got the phones ready. I brought extra cell phones to record. I think there was a guy there that did record the entire thing and got like good footage. So I'm going to check on that and see what's going on with that. And also, there was a professional photographer there who got pictures of us as well. And he was just like donating his time or whatever. We didn't even pay for that. So I'm going to see about getting the photos of that. And anyway, so we got there, got my son a seat. I brought him some stuff to keep him busy because we got there kind of early because dancers had to check in like 2 hours early, hour and a half. And I got him squared away. I got him, his stuff to play with and stuff to look at, keep him busy. Got him a good seat at a good table. Eventually when it came time to start, and the place was packed. I didn't think it would be that busy, but it was packed. And and then everything got started, and I was like, all right, here we go. And I was number 8 in the lineup. I was the 8th one to go up, so I had to get back there and get ready. And I just thought, man, I haven't done this. I haven't performed in a long time. How is this going to go? And I thought, well, it doesn't matter. The group in front of me went, and they did good. Everybody did amazing. They did great. I think there were like a couple of groups that might have gone twice. And then I was next in line. I was standing there in front of everybody, and the woman like did my little biography thing. I told her to do like a couple of sentences about me or whatever, and she announced me. And then I thought, well, there's no time to be nervous now. And then the music started, and I just went like, fuck it, let's go. What am I gonna do? It's too late. I'm here. I'm not gonna chicken out. So I got out there and just did it, and it was all right. Everybody had a good time. My song was the only one that was fast like that. I did notice that I was the only one that had fast music, and I was the only one that was moving as fast as I was moving. But I wanted to do something exciting, and I wanted to do something fun and something that they could really groove to. You know what I mean? So Gamal Goma is good for that. And if I remember to, on YouTube, I'll link the song in the description so you can know what the song is, because YouTube fucking uh, got rid of it. So the video is blocked. I guess I don't know if that means that people can't see the video or they can see it and they just can't hear it. So I don't know what that means. I don't think I've ever had a video blocked before. At least I can't remember if I have, but so I don't know how that works. But anyway, Trim Tab is a great place for that. The setting was good. The lights were good. It was kind of dark in there. It was a little bit darker than I would have wanted it. I thought, well, they can't see us, but it turned out better than I thought it did, that I thought it would. And we could see everybody really clearly. And there was one other girl who did Egyptian dance, but she did cabaret. And I don't know if people in the audience would have known that, but because I don't know if there were any experts in there or not. But there was one girl in a yellow outfit that did cabaret, and she did really well. And it was a little bit similar to what I did. It was going in that direction a little bit, but she did a fabulous job. The song was good. She was moving good, and she was real tall, and she just did an excellent job. So I really enjoyed that. But so she was probably my favorite, to be honest. But all of them did well. All of them did really well, and the songs were interesting. They were different. Most of what I saw, so that you can know the differences between the styles, and most of what I saw was what's called American Fusion. American Fusion's okay. I'm gonna be honest. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. It's not. I prefer fast movement, and I prefer uh, isolation, muscle isolation, things like that. And I like exciting songs and exciting dances. That's more fun for me to do, and it's more interesting in my humble opinion, it's more interesting to look at. Fusion is good for somebody who doesn't want to jerk around and stuff like that, and doesn't want to be all over the place. Fusion's real toned down, and it's good for someone who just doesn't want to do all that bouncing around. So everybody's got their thing that they like, which is fine. But in particular, I do Saidi and anything that's fast like that. So, but the thing was, it was 2.5 hours. It was a good show. Tickets were like $10, $15, something like that. Everybody got well over their money's worth. I mean, it was a good event. It was a fundraiser, which I was glad to do. But we just had a blast, and I can't say enough good things about the lady who ran it. Her name is Sybil Christensen. If you find her on Facebook, she's just fantastic. I can't say enough good things about her. She was so welcoming and so hospitable and so kind, and just very loving. And I needed that. And just talking to her and being around her and interacting with her was wonderful. And I was so honored and humbled to be part of that group, part of that event, to be so well accepted by her, and by everybody there. Everybody was so nice. And one of the best parts about it, and I can't emphasize this enough, was that there was no damn competition over who looked the best or any of that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like that stuff about belly dancers having to look like models, that's out. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to have, a flat lower abdomen. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't have to be like that. It's not, that doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter. And everybody was there, people from all walks of life, all different styles of dance, styles of costumes. It was a good variety, which kept things interesting, and it was exciting, and the music was good. And this little girl got out there. She was a teenager. She couldn't have been any more than 14. She did great, and everybody just did a fabulous job, and everybody in the crowd had a good time. I did film it from two different phones. I went live on YouTube on one phone. I forgot which one is which, but I went live on YouTube on one phone, and for the other phone, I just recorded it as a video because I wanted to see the different qualities in video and how they both turn out. So they're on there on my playlist. I don't know if I put them on a playlist yet, but they're on there, and it just says Belly Dance at Trim Tab, and there's like 5 of them. There's 5 of them that are like 30 minutes long, and then there's another video where it's the whole thing for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So both of those are the same. Just depends on which one's better quality. To be honest, I haven't looked at them yet. I just uploaded and like let it go after that. I haven't looked at them yet because I didn't know if anybody else was going to film the whole thing. I thought, I want to remember this. It was a great event, and I just wanted to be able to look back on it and just appreciate it. And so I recorded it as best I could. But that group, of women that came together and did that, just the fact that we were doing it was amazing, and we did it for a good cause. And I had an unbelievable time. I just really did, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so humbled that Sybil was so welcoming and loving and just took me in. Like she didn't know me. She didn't know me. I was a fucking nobody, to them. I'm like, they had no idea who I was. I was just as welcome as anybody else. My kid played with the other kids there and everything. It's like so nice. And they were right after my dance was done, and I caught my breath. This old lady comes up to me, and she was so amazing. I felt somebody like grab my arm, and I turned, and it was her. And she said, "You took my breath away." And I said, "Really? Thanks," because I took my breath away too, because I'm wheezing. Thank you. Like I just, because the timing and everything else, you have to do it right, and if it's um, something you haven't done in a long time, also like just the strain of being in front of a crowd again was interesting. But I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. I thought I'd be like real, you know, uh, real scared, but I wasn't. I got up there and I thought, well, this is it, whatever, and I just did it. I just kind of did it, and it wasn't as big of a deal. It wasn't as nerve wracking as I thought it would be. So I have a tendency to do that. I don't know why. Like if I think something's coming up where I'm going to be anxious or nervous and worry about performance pressure and stuff like that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to be so scared. And then I get there, and then once it starts, I'm not nervous. And I do that every time, as I get older, especially. So I guess I'm, finally mellowing out a little bit. I don't know, but anyway, I just had an amazing time, and I'm disappointed that YouTube blocked the video. I don't know if uh, they blocked it to where you can't see it at all, or if they just blocked the sound and you can just see me jiggling. I don't know which it is. I can probably get on my mom's YouTube account and like go to my page and see. I guess I'll test it that way. I'll have to, but because I'm just curious now, because it's such a good ass song and they fucking blocked it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say, was just get on there and talk about that dance and that night and how incredible it was, and how grateful I was. And when I got back, it was like 10 o'clock when we got back. And poor Joe, he was so tired. We had a good ass night, though. He had a real good time. And he's Egyptian, so he had a blast. He saw some activities and some excitement that he should see. And it was just, everybody had a good time. But as soon as we got back in the door, um, I took my shower, got dressed, and got my pajamas, and then I sat down, got on the laptop, and I got on the Facebook group, and I said, all of you were unbelievable, and I cannot say thank you enough times for letting me do this and just accepting me into this group and into this event when y'all didn't even know me for real. And it just felt unbelievable. And I wanted to say that before going to bed, before the night was over. I wanted to say it. Um, and then I added a bunch of them afterwards. They added me, whatever, and it was all around just an amazing event, and I cannot wait for the next one. I don't know what the next one's going to be, where it's going to be, but I'm ready. It feels good to get back in the groove. It really does. It feels good um, to be doing something that I love that much, to be doing it in public, in front of people, to show people what it looks like, and to be in a group of other women who love it also. And we were all just there doing what we love. And there wasn't anything else. It was just that. Nobody was competing over who was the slimmest, or any of that shit. You know what I mean? All of that just wasn't part of it at all. It was amazing. And I can't say enough good things about the event, or the people that were there. Cannot say enough good things. So that's it for now. I'm not going to drag this out. I just want to say that. And like I say, I don't know if the video is blocked. I'm going to put, for those of you who are on Instagram, I was able to upload it there without any problems. I'm going to put the link for the Instagram post of that dance. It's 2.5 minutes. I'm going to link that post in the description here in YouTube, so that if it's not on YouTube, you can go to my Instagram and watch it there, so you can at least see what I'm talking about. But I have not watched the video yet. I have not watched it yet. Every time I think about watching it, something pops up and distracts me, and I haven't done it yet. So I actually have not looked at it yet. Um, but anyway, all of that was fantastic, and I feel great. I feel like $1,000,000. So, and if any of you ladies ever see this video, I can't thank you enough. Before I get choked up, I need to get out of here. So, thank you.